Hello, how you all doing? Hello, everyone. Hello. Oh, Lord. Remember yesterday when we did like the part one and part two? For those that are following the clip, and I said in the part two, which is the part B, I said that I'll be back shortly. Oh, Lord, I'm so sorry. I didn't keep to my words. I really do apologize because as of that time, it was like late already in my side over here. So I had to just take care of some things. So I've been up anyways. So yeah, so I told you that we're gonna finish up the thing in the it's time to return back to school. So I told you that we're gonna finish up the thing in the pink basket, in the pink bowl. So what I did was um I had to throw something away from it, and I cleaned up like I told you. And what did I do again? I guess I just put some things up, and I thought I was gonna be able to make it back, but I couldn't make it back to, you know. But right here, our meat. I didn't put it in the fridge because it's not really necessary. And at the time I finished it yesterday was like towards the night time, and I knew I was gonna be working on it today also. And here we have the chicken as well. You remember the fish we did yesterday? So the fish we actually boiled yesterday. So here it is. Okay. So this oil you're looking at, this oil right here, remember this pot? We fried the chicken inside, and we also fried the meat inside. Okay. So I tried to take that which will be enough. Yesterday when I pulled it out, this is soybean oil, for anyone wondering what kind of oil this is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the fish inside. Okay. And this fish is only gonna be like one frying. I don't need to like make it so. Okay. So how is your day going? How is your day going? I would like to know. Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you. So as you can see, you can just fry your fish after you boil it. It kind of help in preserving it more, and it won't allow the fish to squeeze out. So while we are doing that, we'll come over here to this side. I need some peppers, so you will see what I'll do with that. So I have this small pepper here, and we're just gonna get this all cleaned out. It's already soft, kind of mushy. I need a knife. Just a minute. I'll be right back. So we're just gonna go ahead and you know, have it cut out and get that ready. So the earth is what I'm cutting out of it. Okay. So if you have a tomato that looks like this, you can still use it as long as it's not like spurt, you know what I mean. So just go ahead and rinse that out. How is your day going? How are you? How are you all doing? The good Lord bless you wonderfully well in Jesus' name. Let's check on our fish to see how it's doing. Okay, so I got me a spoon to. So when you are doing the fish, you just have to be very careful, okay? So we just carefully turn it on the other side so that the other side can also fry, okay? And as you see me at the beginning, I just put it the way it was after boiling it. So I didn't even bother to take that off because I want to retain the sweetness, okay? Is that what they asked you to do in school? Timmy, when somebody have a back pain or back issues, there are some things they don't do. Okay, while that is doing, let's go to what's the blending aspect and get our blending started. Let's check back on the fish, then we'll come back to the blending. I want to see if it's time for me to remove it or not. Alright, it looks okay for me at this point. So I already put a paper towel in a plastic, and that is to drain the liquid. Okay. So even though when you fry the fish, you still want to be very careful, because you don't want it, like I said, the frying is to help it come together. So, hello bro, Ajishe Finik Beniga. Okay, so we got that done already, and I'll just go ahead and set this aside in one place. At this point, I'll just go ahead and turn off the stove. And the next thing for us to do is to get our blending started. So let's go to this place. So for the blending, I already have these two that I want to use. The tomatoes that I did earlier, and I'll be adding some onion flakes. Okay, so you can decide to use slice some onions in this recipe, so you don't necessarily have to use onion flakes. You can decide to slice some onions, but I'm not slicing onions because I don't have enough onions at home. So what I have at home is what I'm making use of. I have onion flakes, so I'm making use of onion flakes. So if you have onions, go ahead and use the onions, okay? So we put that in there, and I'll go ahead and pour my tomato sauce inside, because I want the tomato sauce to blend together with the what's it called, with the tomato that I poured in there. So if you want to just blend, your tomatoes and then add the tomato sauce later on the stove, you can also do that. You can add the tomato sauce later on the stove, or you can pour it together in here to blend it together. So with me pouring the tomato sauce in here, I don't need to add any liquid to it anymore. Okay, so this itself is enough liquid on its own. All right. So we go ahead and add the onion flakes. Like I said, if you have onions, just you know, slice it on top of it. So I'm going to be using just 2 spoons of my onion flakes. So if you are using onion flakes, depending on the quantity you are cooking, so you can determine how many spoons you want. Okay, it's like I kind of prefer onion flakes these days, safe, and onion powder. Alright, so having put that together, the next thing that I'm going to go ahead and do here is to blend it together. So just go ahead right here and blend this together, okay? I'm trying to sit my blender in here, so I'm still with you. You know, like some of the blenders that you have to be setting and setting, if not, it's not going to really answer you. That's one of the kind of blender I have right here. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and blend, okay? So you can see I didn't add any water to that, and yet my tomato blended well. So I'm trying to see if I'll see my tomato in there. So it's all blended. I can't see a sign of the tomato. So the next thing we'll do is to get this started. All right. Come along with me. So remember how I said I've used this oil, I've reused it and all that. So what I'm going to do is that I want to definitely reduce the quantity of this oil. So I'll go ahead and reduce the quantity. You might wonder, why am I not taking a fresh oil? I'm not taking a fresh oil because why would I want to waste this one? Okay, and it's still fresh. I used it for chicken, for fish, for beef. So it's very much usable. All right. So the oil is hot, and I'll go ahead and pour my pepper in there. I'm pouring everything, by the way. So what I'm trying to achieve is that I'm trying to fry this pepper right here. All right, so let us discuss about God's time. God's time. All right, let's discuss about the timing of God. You know, there's this constant saying that they normally say that the time of God is not our own time, and sometimes the time you want is also God's time. So after pouring, so I'll be talking and discussing rather, and be telling you along with the food as always. So we're just gonna go ahead and use our turmeric. All right, and remember, like I always say, that whenever you use the turmeric, also always use some black pepper too, because of the curcumin in the turmeric. Okay, and sorry, I don't do measurements. I gauge my spices according to what I'm cooking. So that's the black pepper, and I'm adding the black pepper. So you have the black pepper, a little bit of nutmeg. Whenever you want to use nutmeg in a food, don't use a lot, because it can make the food bitter. It can make it a little bit bitter in your mouth, depending on how much you put in it. So nutmeg is just to give it a nice aroma, a nice smell, and of course the benefits. But just don't use a lot of it, okay? So yeah, we are using ginger roots, the grounded one. I'll be using graviola leaves, the powdered one, just a little as well. I'll be using cloves too. And as always, I'll be using my seasoned salt. So you know what you want to cook, just determine that. So we mix that together, and let it continue to do its own thing. So we were talking earlier about God's timing, and that we usually hear that the time of God might not be our time. But I want you to also know that there are some times that so you just kind of mix that together, okay? And I think I still have two more things I want to put. Yeah, my the nutritional yeast, okay? I poured in here, so the nutritional yeast. You must have noticed by now that I use nutritional yeast for a lot of my food. It helps with the eyes, with the health. It's just so good. So garlic powder. I don't use Maggi or what they call bouillon cubes. I have it at home. It's not that I don't have it at all, but maybe I use it 1 or 2 times in a year. So, and then my food by God's grace still turn out well. I just don't believe in the use of Maggi, because when you read the health benefits and the disadvantage, it's more of cancerous agents, okay, than the sweetness that is giving your food. So in case you wonder why, that is the reason. It's more of cancerous agents than sweetening, than making it to sweeten your food. So just be very careful, okay? Alright, just very careful with what you, all these bouillon cubes and all that. So let's talk about God's timing. Alright, so while we are waiting for the pepper to do its own thing. So God's timing, God's timing, God's timing. What do we know about God's timing? You know what? I want to be talking about this while I'm doing what I need to do right here. Okay? Because time, they say, wait for no man, yo. Time, they walk out, they go. Alright, so while we are waiting on the pepper, I want to clean up the blender and the plates that I use for the pepper. Alright, so as we are saying, we are talking about God's timing. You know, there are sometimes you pray, you ask God for this, you ask God for that, and it looks as if the answers are not forthcoming, and you begin to wonder, does God even hear my prayer at all? There are times even when you are most tempted to even, challenge God, and you are like, he's not listening to me. He's allowing the wicked to continue to rejoice over me. And the Lord make us to understand that he that sitteth in heaven, he looks at the works of the wicked and he laughs at them, he scorns at them, because he said that a day is coming, a time is coming, that the wickedness of the wicked shall stop over your life. So you just have to believe that during the period that you are waiting, just believe that God in his mercy is going to provide, all that you are asking of him. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of patience, trusting him, even when it doesn't seem as if the answer is coming. But trust him, because the answer is on the way. All right. So there's a song that says, don't give up, it's not over. Because if you give up, then it's over. So don't give up, and it will never be over for you in Jesus' name. As you tenaciously hold on to God, it is my prayer that all that you ask of him will be granted unto you in Jesus' name. So our pepper is doing its own thing right there, while I am trying to do my own thing by putting this up. That's the pepper right there. Splotches around, so come and have a look at that. You see that it's not like really ready yet. Can you see that? Alright, so that is still cooking. So while that is cooking, I want to show you something. I will not be doing all of this completely. If you are a busy mom, or a busy student, you know, this method will also go a very long way for you. Once you try to get done what you need to get done. So at this point, just get your Ziploc bag. Okay, so just get your Ziploc bag and count. That's what I usually do, according to how you want to use it the next time. Maybe if you want to use it for stew, or you want to use it for whatever you want to use it for. Okay, so just count it. I'm not using everything, so I'll be putting some up. And once you do this, you can put it in the freezer because it's been boiled, and at this point it's fried. You can also put it in the fridge. It will last longer in the fridge. Okay, when I say longer, I don't mean like weeks and months, and no, for that one to be like that, you're gonna definitely need a freezer. So it's gonna be longer, but at least with the way it is, it can last up to a week in the fridge, up to a week. And you just kind of take it. But for me, I'm not putting it in the fridge, I'm putting it in the freezer. So you can do this and preserve it. Okay, you okay? Okay. So keep trusting in the Lord. The Lord cares for you. He does. For this meat, I am just going to pack it in one place. I'm removing some that I want to do now while I'm putting up some that is going to be in the freezer. So that's what you see me doing. In case you are wondering, what am I doing? Alright, so that is trash, except for this. Yeah, so the rest is trash. Okay, so when you do this, just determine where you want it, okay? And you do it to the when you put in your Ziploc bag, do it forward. The reason why you have to do it forward like this is to let out the air. Okay, A-I-how. Yeah, A-I-how. A for apple, I for Inglo, R for rabbit. So you let out the air. That way is well preserved, okay, in your freezer or in your fridge. Okay, so that's the meat ready for the freezer. And now we get our chicken ready too. Even if it's like a boiled chicken or a boiled meat, you do the same also. Okay, you just bring it forward, try and press it down, because you want to get the air all out, right? So that is ready too. And then we go on this final one. And by the way, if you are wondering, is that all the chicken I saw yesterday? No, some have been eaten. So we've eaten some out of it. So you're right. If you watch the first clip and the second clip and you're wondering, is that the outcome of the whole chicken? No. Some have been eaten, okay? Okay. So I'll go ahead at this point and put it in the freezer. And like I said, you can decide to, you know, put it in the fridge if you want, and you can also decide to put it in the freezer. So these ones are going to my freezer. Like I said, anytime you need it during the week or at any point in time, you can bring it out. It can stay a month in the freezer, and all you just need to do is just bring it out. And these are the ones that I'm going to be getting ready, the chicken and the meat. So I'll be right back. Okay, so thanks for holding on. God bless you. So the next thing right now is that I am patiently waiting for the pepper to be done so that we can go to the next phase. All right, so while it's doing that, the soup earlier splashed on my stove, so I'll just go ahead right here and clean my stove. As you can see, no matter the color of your stove, the best thing is once you are cooking and it's splashing, don't wait till you cook finish. You would have noticed that so far in what I do. Don't wait, just try and get as much as you can out while the food is cooking. See, this pepper has to be fried for us to be able to get the best out of this recipe. Recipe that I'm showing you. And oh, by the way, whatever it is that you are going through, please just keep trusting God. It might look as if the answer is not forthcoming, but the answer will definitely come one day. Okay, so as we are talking on, God's time is not our own time. All right. And just because others are celebrating does not mean that you too will not celebrate. So please take that from our discussion today, that just because others are celebrating does not mean that your own time to celebrate will not come. The Lord is preparing possibly the best for you, so be patient to wait for it. So when it comes to this pepper, the best thing is when you are frying pepper, don't just open it up like that. It was initially opened, but I had to close it because it was splashing a lot on my stove, which of course I still have to clean better when I'm done. So the best thing to do is to, carefully open it to the side first. Number one, you don't want it to splash on your face, And number two, you don't want to get hurt by it. So as you can see, you first open it to the side, the heat escaped. Our pepper is gradually getting there, as you can see. It has to be, you know, pretty fried for you to enjoy this this recipe I'm showing you on what to do. So I'm going to cover it back, and we're going to give it some more time, possibly a little more time for it to fry. Okay, while we keep on talking about God's time, that's our discussion for today. It's on God's time. Okay, God's timetable is not our timetable. You see situation where some people, you know, they go on their own timetable. When God asks them to wait, they don't wait. So they don't wait. They don't have the patience to wait. So they go on their own timetable, and you know what happened at the end of the day? They realize at the end of the day that they have gone for permissive will. And when a person goes for permissive will, you cannot enjoy it. When a person goes for permissive will, you cannot enjoy that will at all, because you've done your own will and not God's will. Okay, so we should learn to wait on God. Let us learn to wait on Him. Let us not be in a hurry. Okay, when waiting on God, let's not be in a hurry, because when you think that you are losing, you are not. You're not losing. You're actually gaining. You know why I said you are not losing? Because by the time God visits, it's going to be like a double portion, when He visits. So wait to receive what God has for you. And when God's time comes, you need to also realize it, that hey, this is God's time for me to do this and for me to do that. How do you know when it's God's time? By looking at the signal of things around you. When things begin to fall into place, you know, and favor begin to come in, then it's a signal. And when you pray about it and the Spirit of the Lord guides you, then it's about time for you to know. All right, let's check on our pepper back. Again, like I told you, you can see that I open it to the side while I'm being careful. It's fine. We just haven't gotten there yet. This is not the texture that I want. I want it a little bit more, you know, that kind of fry. I'm not going to that extent, but I just want it to be a little bit more. Okay, when you want to present somebody food, this is a very good idea. If you want to present somebody turkey, hen, chicken, chicken, turkey. Possibly don't do this on fish, but you can if you want to. Okay, but I'm not, and you can do it on meat too. All right, so it makes you enjoy it more, and you can also use it for snack in the house, or you know, if you want to use it, take eba or gari or whatever food you want to. Okay. So definitely when this fry is finished, depending on the quantity of your oil, you might need to reduce your oil, because you know when you pour oil in a pot to fry something, the more it fries, the more oil you will see on top of it. So I'm seeing oil on top of it, and I don't need the oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and reduce the oil. And I'm gonna reduce my oil in the plastic that I put the last oil inside when I reduced it at the beginning. Oh my, that's a lot of oil that I have to bring out. So I don't really need oil for this recipe, to be sincere with you. So as you can see, I'm reducing the oil as much as I can. So how is your day going? I would like to know how your day is going, how you're doing, you know. Okay, so with what you see right here, I'm okay with the way the pepper is right now. So what we're gonna do right here is that, remember our proteins earlier? I'm not doing the fish, so I'll take the fish away from here. What I really want to get inside first is my chicken. Okay. So you get your chicken in there. I don't want to overcrowd it. I still have space for more. So all you just do is to just, you know, try and roll this in the pepper. But be very careful with this because you don't want it to burn, okay? So be very, very mindful of this. Remember, the chicken has been cooked. We just want to marinate. Should I not the word marinate? No. We just want to put it in this pepper for us to be able to, you know, get it more sweetened, more presentable. and you can use it for snacking, eat any dish of your choice. This way you don't have to, let me show you what I'm doing here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. So this way you don't have to put it in the pepper anymore if you want to eat your food. Once you're able to get this on it, then when you want to eat, just warm it up. For those using microwave, just microwave it up and you are good to go. All right, so I'll just kind of, the best thing is to leave it there a little bit. We are not frying it, okay? We just want the pepper on it. That's why we are not gonna pretty much take our hands away, because we don't want it to burn at the same time. And by the way, you put your stove on low. So when doing this, put your stove on low. If you are using gas cooker, put your gas cooker on low. If you are using stove, just, you know, put it on low. So get your, you can hear that sizzling sound, okay? That sizzling sound is to tell you that this is ready. Be careful, I'm gonna burn if you don't take me out. Anyways, so it's time to take these guys out. So try and get a spoon like this, you know, something that the pepper can easily go through. So God will take care of everyone. He will take care of you. Just trust the process, trust the timing. You know, as we are discussing on God's time, trust the timing, trust that He cares for you. So this is the way the chicken will turn out if you do this. So it's not soup, it's fried. And oh Lord, this might be calling somebody's name very soon. So you do the same thing with your meat. I don't encourage this with fish, but if you want to, that's fine. But we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing with our meat right here. And I'm thinking I'll go ahead and pull everything. Oh, I still have too much chicken legs. Okay, actually it's more than 2, it's 3. Okay, I think that's enough of the meat, because I don't want to overcrowd the pot, especially now that I have to put the chicken. So you just do the same thing, you know, over and over. You first, when you put inside, you first get the pepper on it, and then you let it, you know, eat up itself. Don't just put pepper on it and bring it out. You're not going to get the best out of it. But you see the way I left it for a while, and that way it's, you know, it enters in, it cooks in, it sweetens it up for you. And when you are getting a cup, when you are getting it out, get a spoon that can sieve out the pepper for you. There's a song that says, does Jesus cares when my heart is down and burdened with some temptation to soar? Yes, he cares. Oh yes, he cares. I know he cares. His eyes is watching over you. When the days are dreary, the long nights weary, I know that our Savior cares. So please make sure when you are doing this that you are constantly, except if you are having to, you know, do a big quantity. But if you are doing like a minimal quantity like what I'm doing, you know, we're not really like little, but I mean, you can see the quantity I'm cooking, but one at a time set is most preferable. Okay. Oh yes, God cares. Daddy cares for you. His eyes is watching over you. So just gonna take this out, and when taking it out, I turn off my stove when I'm taking it out because I don't want it to burn. When you want to present for a party, you can also use this for the party. Okay, it's a different way of presentation of your food. You can use this for a party. And when I talk of party, I'm not a party person, so don't think I'm a party girl. But for those that goes to party, that cooks for party, you know, or if you want to do your birthday, of course I celebrate birthday, so if you want to do birthday, you can, you know, cook this for your child, yourself, your partner, or you want to have a get together in the family, or you just want to snack, you can do this for snacking too. Okay. You can do this for snacking too. All right. So we got that out. That's why I said just make sure that it's well fried before you put the pepper. And we have a little pepper left in here, which is still very sufficient for our next meat, and you will see that. Okay. Okay, so I turn off the stove like I told you, and right here I'm going to try and get my pepper on top of my meat that remains here. As you can see, we are able to accurately get that done. I'll turn on the stove back because I can't just take it out like I told you. It has to, you know, fry and give me that seasoning sound, you know, to sweeten it up. Have a look at that. So don't say that you don't have enough tomatoes, so you cannot do this. That small tomato is able to do this much. All right. If you know about this method, let me know how you do yours. Put in the comment section how you like it. Do you do it often, or you do it only once in a while? And if you don't know about it, well, I want you to please try it and come back to the comment section and tell me how you like it too. So we're just gonna leave it a little bit to, do together. And like I told you, be mindful. You don't want it to burn, okay? Okay. That's it. So depending on the number of those you are cooking for, the number of your home, you can, this can last like 2-3 days in the fridge. You can also take out of it and put it also in your freezer. So as you can see, this is the final product. I've already kept some though. So just take it individually this way and enjoy your meal. You can snack on it. You can, put it on top of food. Just do whatever you want with it. All right, so I guess this comes to the end of our number 15. Yeah, since yesterday finally got there. So you see, that's one of it. Patience. Okay, so patience, like yesterday before I entered the kitchen, it was like a lot of job for me. Like before I clean this meat, before I clean the meat, before I clean the chicken, before I clean the fish, before I do the pepper that I blended, it was a lot. But you can probably tell that I'm a little bit tired, but we got there. So thank you so very much. We got there. So now I'm just gonna get ready and probably before you go to bed, I don't know if you're not going to bed now, you're probably gonna see me online again. It is well with our soul. So thank you, Anthony. I don't know if it's Mr. Anthony Fayoshe. I guess I pronounced it well. Or Fayoshe. And Mr. Ajishe Finibenga and everyone that has come online to watch this clip. I'm very, very grateful. We have finally gotten somewhere. So you might see me using this maybe tonight or tomorrow. But hey, this is going to some people, to someone, and also part of it probably just for myself. But I'm not supposed to say that online. But sorry about that. But yeah, I'm super excited right now that I'm done with this phase. Okay, so when next you want to do cooking, we'll be online again. All right, so thank you so very much for watching till I come online again. And finally our discussion. I must not cut it like that. Our discussion, let me conclude our discussion. Okay, God's time is different from our time. Don't forget that. Just like the Bible said to us that a day to a man is like 1,000 years in the sight of God, and 1,000 years is like a day. So that's to tell us that we all have a timetable that God wants things to be done for us. And if yours have not arrived yet, don't be bothered. Don't let it trouble you. Weep no more. Just calm down. You know, I don't know the situation you are in. Everybody wears their own shoes and everybody know where their shoes pinches. I have mine. But at the end of the day, you still have to realize that God is in control, okay? God is in control. So, leave it to God. Take it to God in prayers and just let God take control. And He will. He will. I'm sure He will. All right? So, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye. Till I come online again, stay blessed in the Lord. I remain yours in Christ. Remain holy and rapturable. Bye, y'all. God bless you. Thank you for watching.